Hello and welcome to my shed. After testing the robotic arm directly through the remote control servos available in this video here, I hope, I've decided that we need to power the servos externally. So this video is going to describe the design. So let me try and explain what we're going to do. Now, servos, let's just draw a picture of a servo. Okay, there's the servo arm. Coming out of the servo, we've got 3 wires. You can see that here. We've got the light coloured one, which is the signal. Let's call that VSS. And then we've got a negative and a positive. The one in the middle, the red one, is the positive. So normally those 3 wires go to the receiver in a remote control unit. This little box somewhere. I've got one. Where's the receiver gone? Nothing's ever where you need it, is it? Anyway, where's the box? That's some. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Right. This little receiver here. The cables come in here, and if I can look closely at this. I believe there's 3 pins. This is VSS, minus and positive. So they're all a bit wrong, a bit confused and a bit squiggly, but these cables, these wires clip in, and as you can see, this little 3-pin connector here connected like that, and that connects up the servo. Now, we discovered last time in the last video that our servo, because of the strain it was under, the weight it was actually pulling around with the robot arm, the servo was pulling, or rather the combination of servos perhaps, maybe one of them wasn't, but the combination of servos, if you wanted to move 2 joints at the same time, was pulling too many amps from the receiver and was stalling the receiver. The receiver can only output 2 amps. And as soon as it overloads the receiver and pulls more than 2 amps, the receiver resets, and that sends the reset signal back to the servo, which means it zeros. So this is pulse width modulated, which means coming down that cable, that wire, is a series of pulses. And it pulses, it's really quick. It pulses, I can't remember how it's, I can't really remember the megahertz of this, kilohertz, whatever it is, of this pulse. But basically the length of these pulses determines the angle that the servo arm should rotate through. And when you start, it'll be, I presume it'll be 0. And the servo arm will go to the neutral position, which will be sort of 0, let's say that was 0 degrees. And at one extent it'll be out to here, and the other extent will be out to there. Maybe it's a bit different, depends on your servo. So it depends on how fast you modulate, the length of these pulses depends on the angle that your servo arm goes through. Now, the load we had on the servo arm was pulling too many volts. So in this servo there's a little motor controlled by a potentiometer, and the load we were putting on the arm was pulling too many amps, causing the motor to pull too many amps and stalling this. Every time this reset, it would go back to 0, and the arm would reset all the time. So what we want to do is we want to supply this servo with an external supply, external 5-volt supply, lots of amps There we go. And this can go to here. Now I don't really mind where those go. Those can just, no idea. Those can just peter out. So how are we going to do this? Okay, let's draw another picture, as that's the best explanation. So, how are we going to do this? So, what I'm proposing to do is on a circuit board, I'm going to have a power rail and a power rail, and these are going to be pads here, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'll do. And power rail, power rail, power rail, power rail, power rail. And put into here, which round am I going to do it? Positive. Positive there, minus there. And this is going to come from the external supply. 5 volts. But we obviously need the third pin, so we've got the third pin here. Now the third pins are going to be separate. This is VSS. So these pins, these servos, will then connect in like this onto those 3 pins. Now we need to connect. We need to get the VSS, the signal supply, from the transmitter. So we need a circuit board. We're going to connect these pins to another set of pins here. This will all become a bit clearer when you see the board, and I'm just trying to explain it. So, and then we've got 3 pins because we've got headers. We've got extension cables from the receiver to those pins. So that is going to come from the RX, the receiver. I don't really care what happens to these. These are just going to go to blank pins. The receiver can do what it likes with those. But the signal is going to be transferred across and to the servo control, which is going to get its power supply from an external power. So what I have got is this packet here of little extensions. Now these are female headers, female extensions. So we can go from the, is that the right way around? Yes. We can go from the servo to this. The white cable is the signal, into the headers like that, into little pins on the circuit board that will go into those holes. And then we can come with the servo, we can borrow the signal, we can take the signal from the receiver and take the power from the external power supply. A bit like that. Okay? Now, on eBay, I found the perfect board. Let's just get rid of that, put that up there. The perfect board for this, which, let's see if you can see that. No? Okay, here's a shot of the board. Okay. So, as you can see, the tracks, let's just zoom in on that. Oop. Zoom in on, there we go. The tracks here are connected, and the tracks this way are connected. So these two here are going to form the power rails, this one and this one, and then this one is going to be this VSS to these servos, and then we're going to jump across here, which are connected this way, to our transmitter signal, so those will be connected. And these will be our 5 volt supply from the receiver, and those will just, well, they won't go anywhere, but they'll just sit there, just allow us to pin the things in. So, from eBay, I got a set of headers. Now, here we go, these are headers. So, onto here, we can see this, the connectors join in like this. So that's what those are. And these, they go that way around, something like that. They go into the server, into the board like that. And if we get 3 of them in a row, we can put the that's right, we can put it on that way around. 3 of them in a row, and they'll all join up. Now, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to make this board up and solder on these headers and see what happens. Okay. So join me next time for the actual build of this power board. Thank you very much for watching.